You are at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus pages want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Aber Damon, who says, "Hey Digi, could you do a review of Guinness as a rant? I saw you put it really low on your beer ranking, but you also got it confused with Heineken, so I'd like to see what you dislike about it." Well, let me tell you, friendo. Not a fan. By the way, this rant I only made $6 off of because I had to go buy a whole 6-pack of this shit. I cannot find singles of it anywhere nearby. Of the regular Guinness Extra Stout. This is what I assume is the standard edition of Guinness. They have a couple other flavors, but I mean, first of all, okay, let me drink enough of it that I can give you a full character review. So, I guess my biggest problem is that it kind of tastes like coffee. And I'm not much of a coffee drinker, like black coffee. It has that, it's very bitter, but not in it's not like overly hoppy like an IPA. It is somewhat hoppy. It's close to an IPA, but while being also very again, like coffee tasting, and yeah, it's just like really got like a bad aftertaste. The way it hits the back of your throat is like, ugh. It makes me cringe, you know? Like, I'm sure that it would be fine for people who drink like primarily. Well, I want to say it would be fine for people who drink primarily dark beers and IPAs, but you'd probably want something darker or hoppier than this. Like, Guinness just strikes me as like middle of the road between like the harsher types of beers, and in a way that doesn't stand out. Like, I was drinking Dark Hollow last night, and that one is, darker than this, harder to drink than this, but it has like a really rich flavor that that makes it at least interesting to drink in spite of how dark and bitter it is. Or like again, like any of those other dark beers. And again, I'm not the biggest coffee fan, and this has like a strong coffee taste, so that's probably a big part of it for me. But like, I just think it's like it's like a little like sour and gross. It's just not a beer I would go for. I mean, it's better than like drinking a Budweiser. It's better than like a piss beer. But and I appreciate that what's the alcohol content? 5.6. So it's not even that alcoholic. Like, if this had more alcohol in it, I could see drinking it over, picking like a lighter beer that had the same alcohol content, or that had less alcohol content. But like, if there was I don't know, like, I definitely wouldn't drink this over like a Tecate, which has like the same alcohol content and is more of a a more generic beer flavor. But I definitely just think it tastes better than this. And again, if I wanted to go for a dark beer, why wouldn't I go for like a high alcohol content, more flavorful, more unique, like craft beer? Because that's what those tend to be. Like, it's harder to make a craft beer that's like easy to drink. I think like Belgian triples and quadruples are like the closest you can come to something that like tastes. It goes down easy and has really high alcohol content. But like, for the most part, if I'm gonna drink a dark hoppy, flavored beer, I would want it to be something that's like 8 or 9% alcohol, not 5.6, and just generally had a better aftertaste. So I cannot say I'm a fan of the Guinness. It's definitely better than Heineken, which I guess confused it with. Because I think I just internalized them both as being green for some reason. But, yeah, not a go-to for me. And that's all for that one.